Hey everybody, welcome to Forever Active. I'm Roberto.
I'm Linda, and this is part 2 of our walking series. So you're going to want to stay tuned in this video and watch it because we're going to show you stretches for your warm-up, cool down. We're going to go over some other walking tips and drills that you can do where you can really improve your walking skills and get the most benefit out of this awesome activity.
Absolutely. Let's get started. First and foremost, your warm-up. Like with any exercise activity, you want to make sure that you warm up correctly and efficiently. So make sure that for your walking activity, you're going to start with a slow pace walking. That's the best way to actually get warmed up for walking. But we're going to show you some more stuff. So remember, walking slowly for maybe 5 to 6 minutes.
Be awesome.
Yep, that will help you to loosen up your joints. Also, it will get your blood pumping, right? And we'll just get you ready, your muscles and your connective tissue, everything ready for your walk.
Yeah, and
what else do we have?
It will start to elevate your heart rate and get your heart rate up a bit too. So that's awesome. We're going to take you through some stretches. We're going to start from the bottom up.
Let's
so
do it.
The feet, of course, very crucial for walking. So we're going to start with them as well as the ankles and the shins. So some drills that you can do to warm up the shins and the ankles and the calves are point and flex your feet, right? So you're just going to point and flex your foot. Point and flex. Point, feel the stretch in front of the shin. Flex, pull the toes back, stretch in the calf. Point and flex a few times. And then maybe add, it's good to have a wall, or it's a good balance drill as well. Circling that foot through the ankle, maybe a few times one direction, a few times the other direction, and that will really help you get some mobility in through that ankle joint, okay? Another one that we really like is toe taps and windshield wipers. So we're gonna switch to the other foot.
Let's do it.
But you want to make sure you do all these stretches on both sides, obviously. But toe taps, you're just going to lift the toes up, and then we're just going to tap the floor. Tap, 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 tap. And we do this in rhythm, and we do it in sync, and maybe you can do that with your partner as an extra challenge. And then windshield wipers, we're going to take the foot in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And you're really going to feel that lower leg really warm up.
Absolutely, those are great way to start. Let's keep going. So another great stretch for and kind of mobility exercise to get started is rolling on the foot. Okay, so we're gonna turn sideways so you guys can see that better. So we're gonna start with the leg closer to you guys. So this is gonna be the leg in which we're gonna roll the foot. Okay, so we're gonna step forward, rolling, lifting the heel, and then coming back and lifting the toes back. And we're gonna keep these motions nice and slow, controlled, right? As you come back, you're gonna start pushing your hips back. You're gonna lift that tailbone up, and you're gonna feel the stretch in the back of your leg. Now, as you go forward, we want you guys to emphasize almost like pushing on the ball of the foot.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same action that you do when you're walking. All right, let's do a couple of more. That's it. Arms are just going naturally. And there we go. Of course, you're going to also do the other side.
Yeah, I like that, digging that ball of the foot down into the ground, because it's really going to help push off into your next
Absolutely.
heel strike.
One more thing right there is actually focusing on the lower part of your calf, right, which is called the soleus, which gets kind of tight after a long walking activity. So let's go through that stretch. So what you're going to do, you're going to keep the leg that you're stretching behind you. Make sure that your heel stays on the ground. You're going to shift your weight back, and all you're going to do, you're going to bend at the knee, and then you're going to push into the ground, extend the leg. Let's do that a couple more times. Bend, extend, and bend, and extend. A couple of more.
Notice our feet, like, we're not that far apart.
No,
our feet are actually kind of close together, so we can leave that heel down on the ground.
Yeah, and you feel it, right?
Totally,
I feel
yeah,
it,
down by my Achilles.
I know. Let's do one more. Maybe you hold it for an extra couple of seconds, and then relax, shake it out, do the other side. But let's keep going, Linda.
All right, let's do it. So next, we're going to work our way up the body and go into the front of the leg, the quadriceps and the hip flexors. So we're going to take one leg back behind you. It's like doing a standing lunge, right? Chest is up tall. And you're just going to lower that back knee down towards the ground and come right back up again. Down towards the ground and come up. So, you know, I like to say What is this like?
Yep,
This is like
yep.
we're carousel horses, right? Carousel
Yes.
horses going down and up.
Yep.
Lowering that back knee down towards the floor, feeling that stretch in front of the thigh. That's awesome. And then maybe you take it down and hold it a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, there we go.
Tuck that tailbone under. Maybe you slightly lean the torso back, and you'll feel
maybe
that stretch move
placing the
higher
hands in
up
the back.
higher up the leg and up to the front of the hip. If you want to open up your chest as well, take the hands back behind the hips.
Oh.
Just kind of press the palm of your hand right below your waist and open up that chest.
All right.
Yeah.
Definitely felt that one.
I know, it's a good one. Then we're going to continue on, moving our way up the body and just do a little bit of torso rotation work. Because, you know, with walking, there's a lot of, the arms are swinging, which is actually a slight rotation with the torso.
Yep.
So we want to do a little bit of rotation work and then maybe add in a little bit of shoulder work as well. And maybe we're going to just kind of roll those shoulders back a little bit, back a few times, and then maybe forward a few times. And yeah,
That's it. Yeah, love that.
there we go. It's good.
Absolutely. Well, we're almost done. Another great drill is walking on the toes and walking on the heels. So let us show you how we do that. So what you're gonna do, imagine you're gonna put on a pair of high heels. Yes, absolutely. Have
I don't
fun
wear
with
them
that.
too often.
Me either. All right, let's come up on the ball of your feet, and then we're gonna take a few steps forward. Of course, you can keep going, right? Turn around,
We
do
have
the
to
same
turn
thing.
around.
Yep. And you can actually do that again, but let us show you the next one, which is basically the opposite. So you're gonna lift those toes up and walk on those heels. Ooh, I can definitely feel this one. Turn around, do that
It
again.
looks a little funny.
Yeah, but it's really, really beneficial. It will really help your walking workout. And last but not least, we also want to talk about the actually cool down or the end of your walking workout. So you first and foremost, you want to continue walking, but at a much slower pace, kind of like you did in the warm-up, right, Linda?
Right.
Absolutely. So, and then after that, you can actually go through some of the same stretches that we just showed you, and maybe keep them, keep the stretch for a longer, extended period of time.
Hold it for a few more seconds.
Absolutely. And that's it. And then you're ready.
And we are ready to get walking. So stay tuned. We're coming back with drills and more tips.
Everybody, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Let's talk about some drills. So the first drill that we're going to share with you today is about your stride length. And this drill will help you find a point of reference for your stride length. All right, Linda's going to demonstrate for us. So she's going to start by standing with her feet shoulders width apart, tall, lengthening the spine, and then she's going to start leaning forward, full body lean from her ankles all the way up to the top of the head. So no bending at the waist or at the hips. All right, let's see it, Linda. So leaning forward, and then before she feels that the heels are coming off, she's going to take a step forward. Let's demonstrate a couple more times. Full body lean and catch. Boom. Let's do that one more time. That looks great. Fantastic. Also, another question that we often get is how big of a stride length I should have if I want to go faster. And a lot of people think that should be a giant, a big stride
step.
length. Instead, it's actually supposed to be shorter. And also make sure as you keep that stride length shorter that your hips stay relaxed. Actually, they should sit relaxed throughout the entire walking, basically.
Yeah.
What
So
else?
stride length, I know it's so important. And again, it's like really that shorter step as you want to start to go faster and increase your pace. That shorter step, you get a quicker turnover with the feet, and that will help you increase your pace.
Totally.
The other thing that is super, super important, we're talking about increasing your pace, which will increase the intensity of the workout, is the elbow drive. So, when you're doing a nice casual walk, your arms are down by your sides, and then maybe you start to pick up your pace, they swing a little bit more, and then when you start to walk faster, what will really help you is to bend those elbows in at 90 degrees, as Roberto is showing us, right? It's that 90-degree bend, and it's what we call an elbow drive back. So you want to drive those elbows back as you're walking. What that will do is you pull the elbow back, that's going to help move you forward. Similar to swimming, okay? If you're a swimmer out there, okay, you think about taking that swim stroke, and as you're pulling that arm back, that's what's going to move your body forward. So it's the same thing with walking. That elbow drive back is going to move you forward.
Great
all right?
tip,
Yeah, it's a really good tip. The other thing we want to think about is really what do the hands kind of do, right? So the hands should be relaxed, of course. And then you want to think about bringing your hands no higher than like your sternum, right? They don't need to swing up super high. We talked about that in the prior video. You want them to come just about the same height as your sternum. Another good thing to think about is making sure the arms don't cross the midline of the body. So Roberto has got a great jacket on right now. We see that black line going down the midline there. He wants to make sure his arms do not cross the midline of the body, because what happens is they start to cross. The elbows go out to the side, okay, and this is what we refer to as rocking the baby.
Yep.
Okay, so we don't want to rock the baby as we're walking, and we're also not walking sideways, right? We're
No.
going this way, right? Not this way. So we have a couple of drills for you that will help reinforce both of those topics. So the first one is going to reinforce making sure that you keep the elbows tucked in, and again, avoid rocking the baby. So Roberto's going to go up against a wall. Maybe it's against a row of bushes that maybe is close by. And then what he's going to do is tuck in pretty close to the wall, right? And you probably know where we're going with this. Okay, he's going to bend his elbows in, and he's going to start to walk. And then what, of course, will happen is if your elbows are out to the side, you're going to get a pretty good bruise on that elbow, which is not going to feel very good. So this will help reinforce that movement of keeping those elbows tucked in, okay? Another drill that you can do if you've got a partner, okay, is, then this one will help reinforce the elbow drive, is Roberto's going to take his elbows back as far as they can go. Then I'm going to rest my hands just at that point by his elbows. Now his goal is, as he pumps his arms, is to really tap the palm of my hands every single time. So again, that's going to reinforce, you know, how much you've got to pull that elbow back and reinforce that really strong elbow drive that is just really, really so crucial when it comes to, again, trying to walk a little faster, getting that heart rate up more, increasing that intensity, and kind of you'll cover more distance in a shorter amount of time.
That's absolutely great tips. Stay tuned for more tips to add variety to your walking program.
Here are some ideas on how to add some variety to your walking program, right? Because, you know, doing the same thing over and over again, you know, you kind of got to spice it up a bit, or else you start to lose interest.
Exactly.
So here are some ideas for you. The first one we have is to add some interval work. So what does that mean? Well, you know, we talked about stride length and about walking pace. Well, with the interval work, maybe you start with your average walking pace, your typical walking pace, and then maybe you try to walk faster for 10 seconds, and then you go back to your average walking pace, and then pick up the pace for another 10 seconds. And you can play with those, the timing of those intervals, right?
Absolutely.
It could be like, you know, maybe you walk faster for 20 seconds and then slower for 20 seconds. Or maybe you walk fast for 40 seconds and slower for 20 seconds. Or fast for 30 and slower for 30. So there's lots of ways to play with the timing to really kind of make that walking workout feel different.
Absolutely. Another great option is adding walking lunges to your workout. So let me show you, right?
Show
Let's do
us.
it. All right. So as you're walking, right, normally then you're going to go into, again, walking lunges. So here they are. Just going through. Of course. Let me show one more.
Very
right?
nice, Roberto.
I know. Let's do it again. And then, again, you're going to integrate these walking lunges. Let's say that you're walking for, let's say, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Then maybe do 1 minute of walking lunges or 30 seconds of walking lunges. Then go back again to your walking and then reintegrate them. Again, great way to spicing things up.
It is, and besides doing just like timing, you know, you could also do the same thing, but with distance. So maybe it's that you walk for a quarter mile and then do 10 lunges. Walk for a quarter mile, do 10 lunges. You know, kind of play with that a bit.
Absolutely, yes.
Another tip we have for you is about direction. That's the word I was looking for, direction. So I know we all tend to be creatures of habit. I know I do.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
I go the same route when I go out and walk. It's like the same one. But, you know, things do look differently sometimes from a different perspective, right?
They do.
So if you always go out your front door and go right to take your walk and make a loop around, what if you turn left sometimes and go the opposite direction?
Why not?
Change the direction that you usually do your walk, because things definitely look different from a different perspective, and it will feel fresh and new.
That's awesome. And on that note, also changing the scenery of your workout, of where you're doing your walk, will also help you to spice things up. So for instance, you could go to a different area. Also, you can maybe go to a stadium where you can also have different, you know, maybe obstacles, or you can use the stairs as well. And also, you also have different slopes.
And inclines.
So inclines, exactly. So maybe an area that has a little bit of a hill, you know, maybe more than one, and you can just, again, integrate those into the workout.
Yeah, we're fortunate where we are because we have parks, different parks we can walk at. We've got a downtown area that's great. So we're fortunate in that perspective. But yeah, go out and find some different areas, explore.
Yeah, just have some fun, right? As you're doing your walking. We want to thank you for joining us for our walking series.
Yeah, we hope you got some good information. We hope we gave you some really good tips. And
now I think we're ready. Let's go take a walk.
I don't know about you, but
we're
it's time
ready
for us to walk.
Let's go. Bye.
See you later.